It's hard to become a viral internet sensation on losing weight if you don't become overweight first.
Welcome to the Bass and Brews podcast, your weekly distraction from other high-quality podcasts. And now, your host, Alex from Swamp Rat Fishing, and the co-hostess with the mostest, the Jabberhammer, Paul Roberts.
And you fucked up the intro because you didn't even finish it didn't even finish.
There was nothing else left in that. No, fuck you, Paul. There's nothing left in that video.
That was it.
That was it. Paige has seen it. You wanted to record more, but your fucking boomer ass fucked it up, and all you do is go, and that's it. Like, you wanted to say a whole nother sentence, but you cut yourself
You know
off.
what? You probably logged into my account and edited the video to make it do that.
Listen. No. Anyways, this is Bass and Brews. We've got Paige on this week. Before we get started, I want to let everybody know that this is brought to you.
This is a real life page to not one of those things that's in a book, and not one of the people that help. Not one of the people that help the politicians up in Washington. Not one of those pages. We have a real life page.
We do. Anyways, this is brought to you by Pure Fishing. They have all the best fishing brands. Make sure to go check them out. You can use discount code BABCAST, and you can pay an extra 120%. So make sure to use that discount code for zero discount. You'll just have to pay more. But thank you to Pure Fishing. We've got Paige on the show. So this is one of those awesome episodes, like every episode, but one of the really cool reasons why we started the show and why I love that.
Why do we have comments? Why are people able to comment?
They're not. You're such a son of a bitch. Anyways, this is one of the cool moments where we get to have, me and Paul, like a creator that we both follow, that we both enjoy their content. And it's not to say that I don't enjoy everybody's content that's on here, but it's just really cool and kind of like why I'm happy with why we left Instagram for the most part and went to TikTok, because we met Paige solely through TikTok, and it's been awesome.
Hey. Yeah,
Go ahead,
TikTok's
Paul.
pretty cool for that.
It's awesome. I think everybody should push to it.
Oh my God, this is terrible. See, you missed one episode and now our game's all off. Paige just left. She got a phone call. You need to turn on Do Not Disturb, Paige, and it won't do that.
I didn't get a phone call.
Oh, well, Alex, see what you did there? Anyway, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm done. I'm just going to sit back here, continue looking handsome, and, yeah, we're going to go from there. Alex, good luck.
Fantastic. All right, Paige. Again, we kind of got to know you through TikTok, but kind of explain how you got to this point. Kind of explain your fishing journey.
It's terrible.
From the beginning, from the very beginning, just fishing as a kid, casually, like all of us.
Baby goat?
No.
That's what kids are. You were a child. You
Listen, I was not okay. All right. So as a small child,
Paul's being sassy
was
tonight.
Yes.
I was fishing, with my grandpa and my family and stuff, and you grow up, and then that kind of gets away with you, and real life happens, and then I kind of just over the last 10 years kind of just fell back into it and went really hard. But the whole TikTok thing is crazy because I didn't really start really posting. It's been a year since I started it. And I've just posted and grinded and have met some really, really cool people in the process. So that's helped, that people have helped me boost my account, and I've met some of my best friends ever on that app. So it's really something I didn't think would happen. So
what's interesting from our side when we started talking about having you on, which was I don't know, an hour or two before whichever one of us invited you, is that you are, at least for me, you're a newer follower, or you are newer for me following. Anyway, your content is newer to me. I don't know how long Alex has been following you, but what we like too is when we get to have the folks that we haven't been following for a long time and don't necessarily have that big of a relationship with, that we like their content, to get to have them on, because there's no we don't already have that little bit of relationship already started,
right?
That just comes over. So it's fun to have somebody that is new to us from the social media side, and we get to dive into it because you're a Michigander.
No,
Close.
she's in PA.
Oh yeah,
Pennsylvania.
Well, I said that.
Yeah.
I said that in our text.
This is
chain,
like
and
he
she's
thought
like,
that I was on
no,
the Susquehanna too.
Yeah. Paul. So Paul thinks that Pennsylvania is just the Susquehanna, just runs through all of it, and then he also thinks that the Susquehanna borders Pennsylvania and Michigan. He just skips all fucking like 12 states in the middle, and he's like, oh, she's got to be somewhere in there.
Well, there's really not any good fishing between the Susquehanna and Michigan, so we might as well get rid of all those states anyway.
Whoa.
I know. So you're in like central PA, right?
Well, I'm northwest. Central
Northwest,
PA would be the Susquehanna, but I'm northwest, so I'm like above Pittsburgh.
I got you. You're closer to Pittsburgh than you are Philly. I am on the other side, so I always for me it always gauges what big city you're next to in Pennsylvania.
See,
exactly.
I have an excuse. I have never even visited Pennsylvania. Alex lived there, and he still fucked it up.
I got the state right, dickhead. I even got the time zone right. I think you fucked up the time zone.
I did that on purpose, but in our chain, I thought she was in the Susquehanna because I mean, she be catching smallies all the time, and
the Susky has some great smallies on it.
Yeah,
like
we've had Jake Horseman on a couple times, and that's always one of our. We time it right before it's usually a Susquehanna tournament coming up. And you know what? We got one of those coming up soon, I think, maybe, or was it? Yeah, so, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But hey, Paige, so you're from Michigan. You moved to Pennsylvania, northwest side, and you do a lot of creek and river fishing. I see. Do we do any pond fishing?
Yes. Not really. The ponds are weak. I'm not gonna lie. The ponds, like right where I'm at, they are super weak. I'd rather hit a creek or a river any day, all day. What I have.
I think that's what drew me to your content was it was like it was just like this raging river in front of you, and then you're just plucking these bronze backs out of it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. It's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm on the Allegheny River. So it changes and varies in size, obviously. I'm in probably one of the better parts as far as fishing goes. Like one of the deeper areas, like 2 minutes. It's like a 2-minute drive away from my house. Like it's awesome. Yeah, I feel so lucky to live right here, and it's slept on. Like this whole corner of PA is slept on as far as fishing goes. I mean, other than Erie, that's it.
Are you close to Canada?
No, I'm close to Erie. You know where Erie, Erie is?
Would you say that potentially you've got some Canadian in you?
I mean, I've heard people say this before, actually, but it's just because we're in the hills and the mountains. But no, I'm definitely not Canadian whatsoever.
Okay, good to know.
Good. Yeah. Would that change anything here?
Not at all. I was just curious. I love people's backgrounds and histories, and who you have in you makes you who you are, and that helps us, kind of dive into what makes you you.
Listen, full disclaimer, Paul's opinions aren't of Bass and Brews as a whole. We love the Canadians here. Paul obviously wanted to kick her off. He wanted an 8-minute and 50-second episode when he finds out that she likes poutine.
Oh, I love poutine. That is deliciousness.
It is.
And fresh cheese curds from Wisconsin, which is right across Lake Erie from where she is in PA.
Don't think that's right either.
Close enough.
All right,
How long have
you been doing the kayak thing? Because we saw you from the bank for a while, and then my favorite
started with this guy right here.
And I was about to say, if you guys aren't watching on YouTube, you need
river steady.
That does not. But if you guys are watching on YouTube, you have to drop a comment about how much you appreciate that Paige subtly dropped that sweet vibe on her right-hand side.
Yeah, listen, this thing right here, I'll tell you what, I don't know why this version of this sun dolphin is built wider. I have never tipped it, never been in any like scary situations in it, and I've caught some huge fish out of it too. So I was really like kind of butthurt to let it go, but I had to upgrade.
Yeah.
I had to upgrade. Just the space, just everything about on a sit on top kayak is just
and
10
pedals
times
too,
better.
right?
Yeah. And it just fit because it's my first one, and I didn't want to ball out and go crazy and then be like, okay, am I ever going to even use it? Am I going to make the time to go out there and get out there? Like, cause I work, I'm a only parent, single mom, the whole deal, and it's a lot to take that out sometimes. But I mean, so far I've made it work. So.
I mean, you've made it work to the point to where you're on like the Vibe Kayaks account.
Yeah, but they didn't tag me, bro. And
what?
A lot of people say that, like, yeah, they didn't tag me in the video, and I don't know if it was because they weren't following me or whatever, but they followed me after the fact.
There ain't no excuse.
I was like,
that's some bullshittery.
I had a random guy. I don't know who it is. A random guy messaged me and said, hey, I saw you on an ad for Vibe, which it was not an ad. They copied and they took the beginning of my video, put a bunch of other people's fish pics in between, and then ended with mine, and tagged none of us in the video. Period.
Fuck Vibe, sell that sumbitch and go spend your money on a boat company that's not gonna fuck you. That is fucked up.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that after that random dude's like, hey, that's not. Yeah, that isn't right. Like,
boo, Vibe.
I mean,
yeah.
Hold on. Damn it, I got rid of the boo one. Boo.
Yeah. See, like,
yeah.
I didn't know if I was in the position to be like, I should ask or want or.
Yes.
See,
100%.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, it doesn't. Listen, it doesn't matter how big or small you are. If you are promoting a company and they decide to use your stuff, there should be a relationship there. There should be a give and take. It should not be, unless they're actually paying you fucking cash, they should at least give you the exposure.
But hold up, were you promoting Vibe, or was it just you and your
Vibe?
I mean, I
stole it. No, I was like tagging them, like hashtagging them.
Oh man, that is so you're doing
tag with
you're doing everything you're supposed to be to get their attention, and I'm like, ha, watch this hoe. And just
but
shit.
I mean, it's funny too. Like, and I don't mean any disrespect, but at the same time, it's like I have more following than they do. Like, I don't know if it's like one of the dude's wives that's like running the account. Like
he was like,
honey,
fuck her. We'll put her in for a little bit, and then I'm going to do nothing but dudes with their shirts off. That's it. For
I don't understand. Like, but they could be doing way better with their whole PR team and stuff, as far as I'm concerned.
Alex gets all upset when people steal his content and shit like that. And I do tell him, I said, look, man, you can't be that mad. You're putting that shit out there on the open space internet. I will say it is different when it is a company that is selling a product that does it versus like me just going to Alex's shit and liking the video and doing a screen record of it and posting it, not tagging him. So you know what? That's it. I have nothing. Yeah. I'm not gaining anything from that, followers, whatever, blah blah blah. But when you have a company that is making a profit, driving a revenue off of something that you put out there, the minimum they could do is tag you and say thank you for the great content using our product. You know what?
At the very minimum,
here's
that's what I was thinking.
0% discount for anything that you want to buy from us, but we will put your name out there for you. And you know what? What do people always say for small businesses on Facebook? It don't cost you a motherfucking thing to like and share, motherfuckers.
It really doesn't.
They did that, and then didn't even say who you were.
And they didn't tag anybody else because I think
there's like other people in the all those fish photos in between. It could have been, 10 other people, or every person was a different photo or something, but not one of us was tagged.
Remember that, Paul? Remember that snakehead guy that lives by me who rocks a Vibe? That we used to interact all the time with him on Instagram. I think he was like Snakehead Hunter. He's got the braids. He's an ex-football player who turned to fishing.
Whoa.
But he was featured. He was featured in that video too, and that's like he's got a big following too on both platforms.
Shit. I haven't been on Instagram and looked at stuff.
Well, he's on TikTok now,
but
he goes under a different name.
And see,
I've
here
never
we are
done
doing
the
that same fucking
Instagram
thing, and now we can't holler him out because we can't remember. You're gonna have to look that up real soon. Real soon, there, Alexis, and do it since you're gonna be shot. Now, Paige, you said you were fishing. You started fishing when you were growing up. Are you from that Northwest PA area originally?
No, she's from Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, I'm from Northwest PA. Been here my whole life.
So you grew up with the fishing, and then life happened. You know, you got back in over the last 10 years. Do you do any tournaments? And if you don't, are you like hardcore with your fishing, or is it just go out and have a good time?
I have not done a single tournament, although I would love to, just because I would love to smoke all of them on my local river. I know I could do it, but no disrespect. But anywho,
but full full disrespect.
Yeah, if you say no disrespect, you're about to disrespect the fuck out of everybody. That
give me a jet boat and I would wreck them. But you know how much jets.
Whoa, those are too expensive to be wrecking now.
Yeah, it would be bad. But anywho, no tournaments, never done tournaments, but really like hardcore everyday fishing. But I mean, I still have fun no matter what. Like in between, like I could stay out there. I've pulled all-nighters. I mean, it doesn't matter.
You can't be a tournament angler then if you always have fun when you go fishing. Because true tournament anglers love
That's
fishing.
True.
And but at the end of the day, when they have a bad tournament, they want to like beat themselves. They want to beat themselves. Speaking of tournament fishing, side note, way off track. Had a tournament this past weekend. Finished second. One of 3 people that caught a limit.
Good job, Paul.
And
let's go.
And then 83 inches. Winner had 89 and a quarter, I think. And the next one behind us has 73. So we kind of put
Paul.
Put some shit
That's
behind.
awesome.
Put some behind them. Yeah, I'm 7th in points in AOI, and I literally thought that I had to win that tournament to make it because I thought I'd been fishing shitty. But apparently, some other I'm 7th, so a lot of other people have fished shittier than I have, and I'm very appalled at my friends who have done that. Yeah. Y'all need to get your shit together. You cannot do this next year. You cannot do this.
Pick it
up.
Cannot
be this bad next year.
They really do. I don't know if people understand. Like, Paul's been so busy this year with life that the only time he fishes is a fucking tournament. So he's not like pre-fishing. He's not doing any of that shit.
Well, so I was.
At least that's what he tells us.
But when I started doing better,
now he's lying.
I fish better. So that was true. I fish better in the summer and fall than I do pre-spawn and spawn.
Okay.
And it wasn't until July until I started being able to get out on the water more than just a tournament once or twice a month.
Right.
And it translated over. I don't have to fish the body of water I'm going to fish a tournament in, but I have to be on the water to fish. It's, whatever bullshittery. I'm not like, I know some folks that they can just show up to a fucking lake, a body of water, never been on it, hadn't fished in 3 weeks, and go out there and crush them. I can't do that. Paige, you fish from the bank, you fish from the kayak. Do you have a preference?
Depends on the time of year. I mean, fall, I'd be on the bank all day long. Yeah, definitely fall. But any other time, and after having the kayak, I definitely enjoy being on the kayak. Like, it's totally different.
Why fall? Why fall for staying off the kayak?
Especially on the river. I don't know what it is about. I think that there is a big difference in angle. Like fishing to and from shore, which direction. And I think the way at least smallmouth sit in our river, they like wait for the bait to be pulled over top of them rather than away from the bank. And I don't know, it's just I've caught some huge fish. I caught my PB in December. It was 5'4".
Nice.
So
that's my height. That's awesome.
Yeah. Your height? That's I'm 5'6".
Right. So yeah. So you could look over Alex's head and see his bald spot.
Oh, there ain't no. Fuck you, Paul. Fuck you, Paul.
Wax
There's no
on,
balls.
wax off.
No, there's no
he's,
fucking.
He's got a luscious head of hair. We do this every other episode. He's got plenty of hair upstairs.
Hey,
and on
whatever.
the back,
he looks like a woolly mammoth minus the tusk.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, his wife.
You have like a sweater on.
Well,
no,
yeah,
I actually don't.
But you can
Thank
braid
God.
it. Like he had who's the famous pirate from the movies in Disney World? Johnny Depp.
Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
He had Jack Sparrow beads and braids on his back hair for Halloween one year.
Listen,
gosh.
it's the reason I don't wear a PFD. The back hair will float me. I'm all right.
Yeah. When he gets out, he poofs up like a chia pet that's been watered properly.
That was a good one, Paul. Paul, normally you're actually not very funny, and most people say that. But
you know what? I haven't even drank yet. I mean, I just cracked this one open. I took one
Just
sip.
cracked it.
Yeah. And then here we are. Maybe I need to quit drinking on every episode. But I am about to fucking fall asleep, too, so that's probably not good.
Oh, my gosh. Don't do that.
Oh, I couldn't. There's no way. There's no way. What's going to happen is it's going to be like 12:30 at night, and we're still talking. And I'm going to be fired up and can't go to sleep till 4 o'clock in the morning. And I get up at 5. Happens almost every podcast episode.
Yeah, that's like a nightly thing, I feel like. It's like stay up late, wake up early, repeat.
I feel like there's a certain point where like you do that in your younger days because you're partying all night, right? You party all night and then you roll into work like half drunk, and then there's some point in life, and I feel like I'm gonna pigeonhole it down to like 28 to 32, where you probably get the best sleep of your life because you're not partying all night. You're being a little responsible, but then as you get a little bit older than that, then you've got other family or whatever adult duties that all of a sudden you're doing the all-nighter thing, but you're not even like partying all night. It's just like I'm up all night because I'm thinking or whatever it is. Like I'm up like I at this point I think I average like 6 hours of sleep a night. That's it.
Same.
I want to dive into something.
Okay, dive in, Paul.
What is a pigeonhole? Why do we call it pigeonholing?
Because
Like,
that's
what
the phrase, Paul. Stop, Paul. That's just a fucking phrase.
It's got to make sense.
Explain it,
Paul. You haven't made sense.
I don't know. I don't
know what the
use
fuck
that
it is.
Stupid ass term. I don't say
but Paul,
pigeonholing.
You've been on this
stupid.
kick. You've been on this kick of just talking fucking nonsense on TikTok for the last 2 weeks. Don't come at me because I say pigeonhole.
What's nonsense? What's the most nonsensical nonsense I've talked?
Everything that you said.
The fact or fictions. The fact or fiction ones have been getting me. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. They're pretty good. Also, Paul's like, I was thinking about like, how can I recreate them? And the only one I could think of is like, listen, if you don't break out, then you can't break in. And then you might have a breakdown, and we don't want that break. Like, that sounds to me like something Paul would say of his fucking mouth.
You know what? That's a good one, but it's not quite worthy of what I would say. But that's a good start into getting to it. You know, you sound like what's his name from the Jordan Harbinger show on Fridays when they do something like that. Paige, how deep is your river? Like, can you walk across the majority of your rivers?
Segue. The fucking segue.
Hold the phone.
The segue from Paul, where he's like, you can tell he's a little sleepy, and he hasn't had anything to drink because he literally did like the best segue ever. Normally that's my job, and it's his job now, I guess, where he goes, well, listen, that's you're getting there, but you're not quite there.
You weren't here last week. I had to be on my A game today. I had to prepare like I was going to be in charge.
I heard. Hold on. Let's pump the brakes. You guys, by the time you hear this podcast, you've listened to that show. Zeke was drunk on the fucking floor in the middle of the podcast. So I don't know.
His front porch laid down.
Okay, so don't talk to me about running a show. Don't talk to me about running a show professionally when you've got a guest on the fucking floor.
I didn't say professionally. I just said I had to be on my A game because I wasn't sure if you were going to show up tonight. Because somehow we've been recording this podcast all year on Thursdays, and all of a sudden you start making plans on Thursdays.
It sounds like you two need to hash out some things.
This
like
is
you
what
need
we
to
do
have
on this
like a
podcast.
This is what we're doing.
Now.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
we meet in person,
I like it.
When we meet in person, I'm pretty sure I'm going to punch Alex square in the fucking nuts.
He's going to punch me in the nuts and then kiss it better.
I'm going to have to probably to do that though. I'm going to have to go like stand at the bottom of some stairs of a balcony. But seriously, Paige, your river, is it? I've never been to the Susky. Obviously, know a lot of people that have fished there. We know Jake.
She doesn't fish the Susky.
I know, but I'm making a point. So the Susky is one of these things, like it's super wide, right? Like 2 miles wide in places. And you can walk across a lot of it, but then also you really need a kayak to fish it. Is the Allegheny like that, or is it more a creek and less river? Is it deep? Is it shallow? Is it one you have to portage when you take the kayak?
It just depends on the area because back in the day, this area was big for the oil industry. The process of oil, like how it was drilled and welled, was discovered here. Oil.
There we go.
And so it was a big traffic area for, I gotta say oil.
Barges.
But
you can say it properly, Paige. That's fine.
Okay. So they dredged parts of the river. Then is what you're saying.
Yeah. So there's some parts that you can walk right across, and then there's a big pool, like a big hole type deal. Like it's 2 miles long, or 1.5 miles long, and in some areas it goes 22, 25 feet deep.
I'm just enamored by river fishing. Especially up there with those big rivers like that are so wide and skinny, and it looks like you're catching fish out of ankle-deep water.
Yeah, right.
That are
sometimes you are.
20-inch smallies, and it just makes sense to me. I don't fish moving water. I fish in lakes, reservoirs, ponds, and it's very unfamiliar to me, but it's so neat to see happen because it's like an acrobatic show, especially with the smallmouth when you catch them in that shallow water too.
Yeah, they're crazy. And that's the best part of, I think that's why I love them so much. Not only are I think they're beautiful, but they fight so aggressively. It could be a 1 pound smallie and you're like, oh, yep, that's my PB. That's my PB. And you're real. No, it's not. It's not your PB. But yeah, they're great fish. And another thing too, we have a lot of long smallies, like over 20, 21 inches.
Paradox. Long smallies.
Yeah, long smallies. But those are like the breeders that have been around for like 20 years.
Yeah, they are.
Huge.
Real quick. Yeah, they are.
Real quick, the long smallie, Alex, our dildo bait is going to be called the long smallie.
Let's go.
Yo, fucking Paige just named it. That's right. We're guys
give you credit too, Paige. When we start marketing the dildo bait, we're going to give you all the credit for the name. We're going to tag you and everything. We're going to put your face inside the picture.
I just
want
to choose one color and name like one color.
Okay. We're going to put you on all the packaging, your face right beside the dildo.
No.
Nope, that's how it works.
Rewind that.
Nope, listen.
It's all yours.
We're going to announce it right here. We're going to wait till we had a name, but I'll announce it. Bass and Brews will be at ICAST 2024 with the long smallie. You can meet the inspiration of the long smallie. Paige will be there.
Signing autographs.
Yep. She will sign your large smallie if you show up.
She will.
Yeah.
Don't advertise that. And you know why.
We don't even have a bait yet.
We don't.
When we do, cool. we'll let you know.
No, I mean, I can get a bait tomorrow. I'll go to Atlantic City. I'll go to a shop that has a red light, and we instantly have a bait. I'll put 4 hooks on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the design for the hooks and also your line tie.
Well, it's going to be a line through, through the urethra.
This is the kind of stuff, too, that I think about when I'm fishing, like with whopper ploppers. I don't know if you've ever used it.
Yep.
They make these little ones, and they're the 75s.
Yep.
And I call them the chodes because they look like a little chode. It's just so funny. I don't know.
What's a chode, Paige? I don't.
You'd never heard of the chode?
I haven't.
Or you're just baiting me to
No.
answer this
Is that
question?
what?
I'm
Hold on.
dead serious.
Is a chode what people in Northwest Pennsylvania called a toad? Y'all just enunciate the first letter?
No.
Okay.
No, it was like imagine like if a penis was like this size.
Whoa. Wow, we threw out the P word.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, timeout. So Bass and Brews is known for clean language. So if you just clean it up a little bit.
We're gonna have to figure that out.
No, I got to figure out.
No, it would be funny to bleep it out because then nobody would know what she actually said.
That would be funny, but I haven't done a clip for a long time. We might have to clip that one. We might have to clip Paige going, "It's a little penis."
If your penis was the size of as an AirPod case.
That's why I was like, are they baiting me right now?
Well,
are they being?
I figure that's what you were implying. I figured that's what you're implying, but I've never heard a micro wiener called a chode.
Huh.
Normally, a Mandy, the mail lady, just says that it's decent, not a chode. Yeah.
Okay.
Paige is rethinking her ideas now. She's like, fuck, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
It is what it is.
Actually, it is what you make it is.
Oh, exactly. Stop. No, stop. Paige, don't encourage him. Stop. Don't encourage him. Between you
I'm here for the jabber motivation.
Rocky fucking LFG. I know he doesn't listen, but stop fucking encouraging Paul to talk nonsense. It's fucking out of control. I can't stand it because what's going to happen is our viewer base is going to grow even more in these fucking hillbilly fucking states. And I love all of you, but I looked at some stats today. How the fuck am I from New Jersey and I created the podcast and my state isn't even in the top 10 states that listen to the show? It's out of fucking control.
What are the top 10?
It used to be like Mass and Jersey and Connecticut used to be the only people who listen to this show.
Correct. Yeah, you were right. Like when I first started it, they were primarily the only one. It was seeing pull for time as I pull these up, but we had an international flavor happen in the last month, and not like some spammer shit. Like we've got a decent base at let's see here. I don't know who the fuck is in Belgium, but we have 70 people listening in Belgium.
What?
Word?
We have 60 people listening in Japan. 50 people in Portugal. What the fuck are you doing, Portugal? Why are you listening to us?
What are we doing?
Shout out.
So top 10 states. So number 1, Texas. Actually a surprise for me. Now I really didn't think that was it. And they're by a lot. Like
it doesn't
a lot.
surprise me. It doesn't surprise me with the number of Texas people we've had on. And us having done shows with Paddler's Playbook.
Oh shit, I forgot.
And
I always forget Paddler's.
Shows with Armando, and those folks there. So that's not surprising. It's not surprising.
You got homies in Texas.
Number 2 is North Carolina.
Crib.
Yep. Number 3, and I expected this too, is California.
Yep.
Because I was there for that whole year, and I feel like somehow that, whenever I did social media, I was spreading it to Cali.
And Cast and Crank, Nick Head with Cast and Crank.
Another weird one would be Illinois.
That is super weird.
That is, yeah.
The number 4 is fucking Illinois. Hey, like, I know, isn't that where Rod's from? Isn't Rerod from there?
I think so.
It can't be him.
Indiana. He's either Indiana. He's one of those I states.
Yeah.
Not Hawaii.
But and rounding out the top 5 would be Ohio.
Ooh.
What the fuck, Ohio?
I like it, though. Look,
yeah.
I like it. There's some good fishing in Ohio.
No, there's not. After that, we've got Georgia. Kind of expected that. That's the South. Tennessee, I expected that. That's Alex Rudd country, so that might just be him listening over and over and over. Shout out to you, Rudd. I had a fanboy moment when he said, like, oh, yeah, he was like live texting me questions about the iCast show. And it was really funny because my response back was like, wait, you actually fucking listen to us? And he's like, of course. I'm like, the fuck? New York, I expect that. Paige's home state of Michigan.
Let's go, Michigan.
Alabama, Indiana.
Greenbow,
Indiana
Alabama.
after that. And then Pennsylvania rounds out the top 10.
Hey, this was really good information.
Go.
This was really good information. Thank you for asking us, Paige. That just is your podcast, not ours, and we can post this bullshit on our TikToks and stuff and not waste your time talking about podcast statistics, which nobody really fucking cares.
Well, I didn't mention numbers. I just thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know. Yeah. So I mean, that's on me. You can blame me.
No. Alex talked about like our top 5 foreign countries and our worst 5 states, and why
I didn't talk about the worst 5 states
are hairy, and all this stuff. So anyway, and I had a really good question for you, and I forgot it because Alex went on a tangent about why he loves Texas.
All right. So anyways, since you mentioned it, worst 5 states. Montana, 1 listen in the month of July.
Oh, wow.
Maine, 1 listen in the month of July.
Maine's got good fishing. That's some bullshit there.
Yeah.
Vermont, 1 listen.
See, you've alienated our Canadians.
Nebraska, 4 listens.
Hey, Paige, can you get some of your Canadian family to start spreading the love in Vermont?
I'll call them up. Yeah.
Okay.
And then to round out the worst 5 would be Delaware, which is literally 45 minutes from me.
They also don't have any fish in Delaware.
They also don't have the internet. So sorry, Delaware, you don't have taxes. That's why you don't have internet.
Womp, womp, womp.
But Paul, we're doing just fine. We are listened to in every province in Canada.
Wonderful. What about Paige? Do you have any questions for her, or am I the only one with questions for our guest tonight?
All right. So when you transitioned from the sit-in to the sit on top, everybody loves making that transition, right? Because it's kind of like going from borrowing your parents' car when you're like 16 and you get that, that learner's permit, to like actually getting, that first car that you paid for by yourself. It's like, because you want to make that big upgrade, right? And everybody talks about how great it is. What's the downside of getting that kayak? Other than that, they won't tag you in their posts. But other than that.
I don't think Sundolphin would either, so it's all right. But
they don't need your help to sell theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The weight's a big one. Except for this is pretty light, and I can lift it over my head. I thought it would be a big deal, but it's really not. The weight's a big deal. Space, transportation.
Do you car top, or are you in a truck?
I do a little bit of both.
Okay.
So I'll do top and no.
She got all the vehicles.
Simmer down.
I got a car.
She's like, sometimes I put it in the F-150. Sometimes I put it on top of the Porsche.
No, so it's funny. I should have a trailer or something. I have a trailer hitch sitting right behind me on the floor, and it's not on my car. So I do the most to do everything extra when I have everything I need. It's just, time and.
I want you to stick it in the back seat with it hanging out the window
of the
take
Porsche.
A video, and whoever your camera person is out on the water, we need them to also have a drive-by, like one of those drive-bys where you're out there on the water, but you're in your car with your kayak hanging out the side.
Yeah, with like some 80s
maybe
music
your door
or
won't
something.
Close. Your door
just
won't
says
close, so you have to bungee cord it shut as far as it'll go. With some bungee
I'll just
cords.
wrap it strapped through my doors or something, or on my doors.
It's perfect, and you just do the tag like Northwest PA stuff.
Yeah.
Allegheny River.
All right, so you said space.
Some of
what
those
do you
videos
mean?
blow up.
They do. That's what $1 million ideas. This is what we do here.
That's what I'm trying to get you there, Paige. Listen to me. I'm trying to lead you towards some virality.
Well, I've had a little bit, and I think that's like half of not, or maybe like a chunk of my following is through just being Pennsylvania related. And
Right.
it's just because I have a few friends that are like in central PA on the Susky. They do a lot of Pennsylvania videos, and they kind of like were like, hey, this is a good way to get some followers. And it's like, yeah, damn right it is. It's like crazy.
All right. Hold on, Paul. I had a question.
Hold on.
But now you derailed me. Not derailed me, but so do you think about that when you're making stuff? Do you like some of the stuff you're making? Are you thinking like, hey, I want to make something that's going to kind of pop? Like, are you following those kind of trends to try to go viral, or are you just kind of doing what you like to do? And it's okay to say either answer.
I used to, and it used to work. Like I used to get like 20,000 plus views a video, depending on how, like just making whatever viral was fishing related at the time, or whatever viral sound, and just putting the two together, but just making it in the fishing version of it. But I mean, I kind of got away from it just because it was like too much attention. Like when you have 1,000 comments on your video, and you know, it's a lot to go. I don't know. It's a lot.
I can tell you don't have ADHD because that shit would be exhilarating to me.
A rush.
What is your most
not
viral
really.
video? What were you doing?
My most viral video is some deer in my backyard.
Just fucking deer out there doing deer shit.
I fucking love TikTok.
Yeah, it got like
I love
200,000 views.
I love TikTok
Dude,
sometimes.
That's
like
so awesome.
It's straight bull crap though. Like I've there's been times where I was like, man, I've put so much into this video, and then you get 400 lousy views, or you know, no
And 2
offense
likes.
to anybody. Yeah, but it's
The only
it's
comments
TikTok.
you get are your mom, your aunt, and your cousin.
some
your
dude
12-year-old
going
cousin.
like, and then some dude going like, where are you at? You want a date?
Yeah, or being like, hey, I'm from your area. I fish there all the time, and it's like, oh, puke. Like, come on, dude. Like, go on, get.
Exactly, Jake, stay out of Paige's fucking DMs. Stop with it, Harshman.
Easy now. He's married. He ain't sliding no DMs.
It's obviously a joke,
no,
Paul.
no.
Shut up.
You meanie.
You mean?
So viral TikToks. You used to do the trends, and I made a comment a few days ago on your videos about whoever does your camera work does a really good job, and you said mostly it's you, and then you have some friends that do it. Do you set that up? Do you have a background? And I ask people this that have these really, really good like feature motion picture shots. It's what you would think of a river runs through it when they have a preview in the movie theater, right? Do you have a background in that? Do you have a friend with a background in that, or is it just something that comes natural? Like because your shots really are set up really good. Your framing is perfect.
No. I have no background in it whatsoever.
So
Yeah,
lucky.
Zero. Well, I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, there's Paige, like looking at the rocks again, like zoning out. What are you doing? Like just the little things is kind of my jam. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
your B-roll is solid. Your B-roll is great. And it's exactly that, staring at the rocks, and then you'll throw some text up, or it's some kind of, the song fits with it. I'm like, fuck yeah. It's all about the vibe on it, and you fucking kill it on that.
What's the framing too?
You.
You'll have half your face, or you'll just have the fish in your arms as it swims off. Like the framing is really good on that, and you typically see that with people that have some kind of background in photography or cinematography, where they understand.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Lighting.
I appreciate the compliments, though. Yeah, no background, just.
I was waiting for the reverse, because we've asked this question to Cruise Outdoors last month, right? Cruise Outdoors, the oldest man on TikTok that does fishing content that is funny. And he's got such high production. And I thought it was going to be the answer that you said. Instead, he said, I bought tens of thousands worth of dollars worth of equipment because he is going to go viral. And he has. He's great at it.
He went huge. Very viral, yeah. And he makes some of the funniest videos ever. It's just, oh, man.
He's got 2 knuckleheads in the boat doing stupid shit, too.
Yes.
It's the perfect opportunity, especially when you're sitting on so much footage and stuff. You can just sit there on your downtime and just be like, chuckling and making videos all day. It's like, okay, cool.
Listen, Paul, I'm gonna make sure the girls learn how to fish properly. So we just got to get the podcast going for another 10 years. They'll be at the age where they're gonna do that dumb shit, and then we can go viral.
You can teach them everything about fishing, but please get them to learn how to tie a knot from somebody else. Just please.
Hey, so I didn't get to talk about it last week because I wasn't there. I fished with all those slobber knockers, and I lost fucking 0. Thank you very much. So, yeah, thanks. I also only caught pickerel and crappie with it, and 0 fucking bass.
Skiddly whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-whoop.
That's skiddly whoop-de-whoop.
Paul's playing with the sounds. Hey,
I made that one with my mouth.
You did, but
well, I don't know where you're going, but I have one more question before you take this shit off.
I'm gonna take it off the rails
somewhere
for a
in the
minute.
bullpen.
Yeah.
And you made me forget what the fuck I was gonna ask.
Great, perfect.
No,
Paul,
wait,
what you think?
I gotta. Shh. We need some quiet time so I can.
We
bring
don't.
It up.
It's an audio podcast, dickhead.
Well, you know what? You can go cut this all. This.
I'm not cutting shit.
Out.
Listen, I just found out they added music to StreamYard that you can play, and it's the fucking worst music.
Did y'all see another? That's entertainingly educational. That's the intro for entertainingly educational.
That's just. Is that what you use, Paul?
Yes, that's
the stock fucking
What
music.
is that?
That is the intro to entertainingly educational.
It's like
100%.
It's the stock music that comes on the program that we're using. And I got downstairs a little early and I started playing with it, and some of it is fucking awful. Here's the rock one. Paige, you like rock and roll?
Sure, yes.
Yeah. Is it this? It's the worst. All right, maybe I've had too many beers. I find it fucking hilarious when they're
That's
like,
probably the stupidest shit we've ever played on this podcast.
not as stupid as.
You mean the guys from the podcast?
Yes. But it won't interfere with their schedule. They record on Thursdays.
Wait a minute.
I sent Alex that clip and was like, how more perfect could this be?
Like I said, I got downstairs a little early. One more, and then we'll get back to it. I found a really old clip. Shout out to Darius Weaver, a guy I served with in the Coast Guard. When I first started.
His name's Darius.
He's not, but when I first started YouTube, he made me a theme song. And here it is. I'm all right with it. I still think it sounds good 3 years later.
I think Ron Jeremy is about to bust out from your closet and take a Mandy for a ride. That's what I feel like this music says.
Shout out to you, Weaver. You did a great job.
Oh, you said Ron Jeremy?
Yeah, the old hedgehog. Didn't he die?
Yeah. If he didn't, he's close to it. Hey, Paige.
Yikes.
All right. Fuck, I keep forgetting what I'm going to say. It has something to do with fishing, too. I'm pissed. I am mad. I'm angry. Paige, do you have any questions for us?
No. I want to go back to, so you said space was an issue with getting the bigger kayak. Yeah. So what do you mean space?
Wait.
No. She said wait first, and then she said space. What do you mean by space? Like, takes up too much space?
Well, storing or hauling back and forth. It is. Like that thing, this thing over here, it is so light. And I could throw it. Like I feel like I could throw that thing across the yard, and but you pick this up, it's like no, there's none of that.
So the Sun Dolphin is like Alex, and the Vibe is like me. Like you could chunk Alex across the yard, and me on the other hand, you wouldn't even attempt it because you know you would hurt your back.
No.
There we go. Hey, go ahead, Alex.
So did you? Oh, I hate you so much.
I timed this shit so good
Yeah,
because you are like a broken record with a scratch on it that you can see.
I know.
You know when the little glitch is coming in. I mean, you just Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Did y'all see that there was another walleye angler?
Oh, I did.
Stuffing fish. Well, yeah, you did because I sent you the fucking article.
You did.
But just so everybody knows, this is
For
a fishing
real?
podcast. There was another walleye angler caught stuffing fish in New York. And the gist of it is that this tournament trail has been cutting open fish for years. And this guy has been fishing it for years and knew they cut fish open, pretty much all of them. And he still shoved fish down the other fish's throat. And they knew that it was fucked up because the fish's tail that they saw, the tail was cut off because it wouldn't fit in the fish. This motherfucker smoked crack and snorted borax before he went fishing that morning. Some stupid shit like that.
If anybody knows this guy, reach out to him. Let him know we want him on the podcast. We want to be the exclusive. Yes.
No.
The first guy or the new guy?
Either of them. Either of them, actually.
I don't think any of them are coming on. I wouldn't want them on here.
I want the two guys from before. I want this new guy, and I want Mike Long, and we'll do a whole panel on cheating.
See, the first two guys, well, at least the one guy, he's actually from probably about an hour away from me.
Oh, shit.
Or less.
Do you hang out with him at the TGI Fridays?
I've never seen that man in my life, and if I did, I would slander him.
You better put those air quotes down. I'm just kidding.
He's got quotes.
Oh, you're good.
I'm just fucking making fun.
But I know. But yeah, no, that happened on Erie, so they're not far away from me at all.
Yeah.
Like probably on the Ohio side, but that's crazy. I can't believe that happened again. Like
I thought the other side of Erie was Michigan.
No.
It's Wisconsin.
No.
I guess I'm just stuck here in PA, so the other side, it's like the other side of, I'm just weird.
Have you ever traveled outside the state of Pennsylvania?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever traveled?
Where?
I just went to Ohio, and it was horrible.
Okay.
You've been to Ohio one time. That's the only time you've ever left Pennsylvania?
You said where?
What?
No, is Ohio, that one time in Ohio, is that the only time you've ever traveled outside of Pennsylvania?
No. I've traveled around, and I think I've went to the beach a few times, like in Delaware, but I'm pretty much stay in Pennsylvania for the most part.
So
if I have left PA, it's for some random reason.
So is your car and truck a horse and buggy? Are you like a Mennonite or?
No, she's on the other end. She's past Matty Ice. She's on the Mac Miller.
Listen, I don't
Iron
live in
City.
Lancaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's on the other side.
I don't live in Lancaster or anything.
Can you make really good bread and cinnamon rolls, or are you more of a woodworker?
No.
Are you a woodworker?
I am a woodworker. I am a woodworker, but I do not bake. I work at FedEx Ground.
Oh shit. We got the mail lady and the FedEx lady.
Nope. We got to cut it. Sorry. My wife works for the Postal Service. You're like her mortal enemy. You guys are rivals. We can't have any cross. No. Just joking.
Oh no.
So
what's funny is when I order something.
Yeah, I don't drive, thankfully.
Right. When I order something that comes from like FedEx or UPS, it's my favorite when it shows up right when my wife pulls up after working. And I like to go out I go out in the yard and I'm like, yo, let's bring peace, okay? It's not Crips and Bloods anymore. You guys are all friends. And of course, my wife is like, shut the fuck up. Stop it.
Go inside.
Exactly.
You should leave. You know how people leave the snacks and the coolers out there? You should put an empty snack bowl and an empty cooler out there and say, fuck UPS, fuck FedEx. This is a USPS house.
This is a USPS house. You know what's funny is I have offered, obviously the cold stuff because she makes me, right? So we have that little cooler out front. But I've offered a beer to every delivery person, but the only one to take it was a USPS mail handler. So This is a couple years back, and he sat on my porch, and we smoked 2 cigarettes and drank beer at 2 p.m. during COVID. So they're way cooler.
That's wild. COVID sucked.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's why Bass and Brews exists, though.
It is.
Well,
oh,
not
really?
No, he started it before COVID.
No, I didn't.
Whatever. Who asked you?
No. I actually started it. I started doing the whole social media YouTube thing during COVID, and then in the second year of COVID, that's when I started the podcast. Because I was like, I'm going to be an influencer. It's going to promote my YouTube. And instead, we now have this bundling joy, this little stupid baby that is Bass and Brews that we cradle, we nurture, but it keeps biting us and shitting up its back every chance it can get, but we love it.
Pretty much Bass and Brews is after the Furby got wet on Gremlins. That's what Bass and Brews is.
I think Paige is too young for that one. She doesn't get that one.
Do you know what Gremlins is, Paige?
Listen, yes, I do know what
Okay.
Gremlins is.
I
I'm
think
about to
she's.
be.
I
I
think
will
she's
be
older
30
than
this
you,
year.
than you
Oh, you're going to be
think,
30?
Alex.
No, she just said she's going to be 30 this year. So no, she saw
30.
it on AMC Classics. She saw Gremlins. Paul, what was the name of the other
AMC.
one?
That's funny.
What was the other one, Paul? The one where they came
Tremors.
up. No, not Tremors. Tremors is great. No. What's the one where they came up in the toilet and bit their ass? What was
That's
that one?
Gremlins 2.
That's Gremlins 2? Okay.
Or it might be 1.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was one where there was little monsters, puppet monsters that came up and bit some dude's
still
dick.
Gremlins. Yes, it's still Gremlins, but that was when they were at the
Radio
the
station
fair
or the
something.
TV station, right?
No, I think the toilet one. Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen them, but that was a Gremlins. It might have been 2.
Yeah.
It might have been 1. I can't remember.
Tremors was amazing. Tremors was amazing,
yeah.
not only for a game, but then it expanded to where like we would play Tremors at the playground, and it was basically like the floor is lava because you didn't want a big old dick worm to bite your feet is what we pretended instead of lava.
But then the Tremors mutated in season 2, and they became very fierce and very, very scary at that point.
I think eventually they started to fly, which nobody wants to see an uncircumcised earthworm
Yeah, that's
flying.
extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we
Paige,
need more.
Do you like a spinning reel or a bait caster more?
It depends on the application.
Okay.
Oh
Like
my
Topwater,
gosh, this
anything. I like bait casters,
Okay.
but I'm
Are you-
very
are
into
you-
the finesse stuff for the river and the creek. So spinning reel is my jam too.
All right. I was going to ask you, when you're on the river, you're trying to catch bigger smallies. Most of the river folks that I know have like 2 or 3 rods on their boat, and it's a whopper plopper. Nowadays, it's a whopper plopper.
A chode.
Might be a whack rig. Oh, a wacky rig. I forgot the key.
A
Wacky rig. And like a
A
spinnerbait or a chatterbait.
He said a whap rig.
You whopping.
Yep. Wet ass.
Oh no.
What could that rig be? Hold on. Listen,
That
coming
could be the
with
rig to go with the dildo bait.
exactly. That's what I'm not ready
we
to
can't call
say.
it the dildo bait anymore. It has a name now.
Oh.
I forgot what it was called. What was
My
it?
bad.
Long Smalley.
Long
The long
Smalley.
Smalley.
Yeah, the long
The
And then
long
coming-
Smalley is paired perfectly with the wop rig.
Yeah, the whop rig. The wet ass Paul.
Look, y'all put my ass in a fucking sun dolphin in a river. That's exactly what you're gonna get as a wet ass.
The wet ass Paul is just a small Senko, but it's got all that fucking fur on it, like one of those rabbit baits, like his beard. And that's what it is. It's just, it
We'll
hangs
call it
out.
tentacles.
no.
Multiple appendages.
That's a whole different bait. That's the high class hentai.
Oh. The wop rig with donkey dick appendages.
You better like get this in motion.
No, this one
pretty
might
quick
not
before
air.
someone tries to hop on it.
No, this whole episode might not
Ain't
air.
nobody hopping
We've
on
got
my donkey dick. I mean, mine and mine only.
I can't with this episode tonight. Oh. I'm telling you, Paul. I think here's the secret, Paul. I've done what are we at 180 episodes, something like that. Dude, you've never been funnier. You got to stop drinking. I think.
I'd be a lot fucking
He
skinnier.
wasn't even drinking though.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like him not drinking is making him funnier, and he'd be skinnier. So that's why he's not on the. That's why he's not on the Bass and Brews TikTok page anymore, because he's so grotesque. It was scaring people away. So I think this is the key, Paul. You're just gonna start drinking water.
I'm a little upset. I have 2 White Claw Surges left, and they're both blood orange.
That's the best one.
Yeah, but my palate's gonna be fucked because I need with White Claw Surges.
Palate.
Have a palate cleanse.
My palate with.
Alex, spell palate. The one in your mouth, not the one that you put goods and services on.
Anyways, Paige, when you're out there, what's your favorite Smalley bait? Like, no matter the conditions.
I don't know. I love
this is what you have tied on
jig head
all
and
the
swim
time.
bait.
Okay, like a little small Kitech or something.
Yeah, like maybe 3-4 inches. Definitely, but
yeah,
all year round. But then you can catch muskie, pike, trout, walleye. Like there's all kinds of fish in the river, which is amazing.
Oh no shit! Y'all got walleyes in the river?
She just caught one the other day, right?
Yeah,
or at least you put a video up.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I saw you with that big ass jackfish. Was that the one with all the mud on it that you just?
No, that was a pike.
That was a pike.
It's a fucking
that was
jackfish.
a pike. No,
Paige,
that was a
next
pike.
jackfish you catch, you need to call it a jackfish and see what people that might go viral because all the
might
Pennsylvania
go viral,
people.
but-
Oh my!
Like, look at this jackfish.
There
Yeah,
you go.
my PB jackfish.
All right,
There you
Paige. So sometimes people think those are a nuisance. Do you think they're a nuisance?
No, just because I don't think they're as prominent in our area. Like, I mean, the Allegheny River. I think that's where like the state record is from. The
I think
pike.
so. Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mess up anything else that's going on. There's tons of fish that they could eat all day long, and then
No, I mean you. For you, like, are you okay with catching a bass or a smallie?
Oh yeah.
Or a pike?
Yeah,
you don't give a shit.
Nope, don't care.
Yeah. And you've gotten some muskies under your belt too, right?
Yep. Yeah, not too many, but I mean, this last few months I've actually tried harder and have caught some good ones. So
nice. They've got there's a spot near me. I don't want to say because I don't want to spot burn. Fuck that. It's called DOD Lakes, right? And supposedly they dumped a shit ton of like tiger muskie in there, and they're supposed to be ultra aggressive, right? But they can't breed. But somehow these motherfuckers have lived a long time, and they've gotten fucking huge, supposedly, in the last couple of
I hear
years.
their blood makes you immortal.
that'd be awesome.
Tiger blood. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
It was the guy from Hot Shots Part 2 that said that tiger blood was the path to immortality.
Do you think we'll go viral for the right way?
Harry Connick Jr.
If I catch a tiger muskie and then drink its blood on TikTok, is that the right kind of virality or the wrong kind?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tiger muskies get
Yeah, I
us
don't
almost
know.
as big as you are, though. That's a pretty interesting fact.
That is the fact.
Oh,
It's a
Paige,
fact,
tell 'em.
Paige?
Tell 'em,
Paige
Hoss.
gave me, like, not even it's a fun fact. She goes, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm shorty too. I'm 5'6". My 11-year-old daughter is as tall as I am already. It's absolute baloney. But we have muskie in this lake about 15 minutes away. It's a man-made lake from the 50s or 60s, and they have 50+ inch muskie in there.
It's insane.
Damn.
And I'm talking huge, fat, just
Yeah.
insane musky. Like it just doesn't even make sense.
Do you eat them that size? Like, are those throwback in size, or are those what size you keep and eat?
I would never recommend keeping and eating a muskie. I would never recommend it. I know that there are people that do it, and I think in PA it's like you can keep one a year or something like that.
So it's poor people fish.
No, it's one of those like ultra protected sport fish. Like it's the fish of 1,000 casts or 10,000 or 100,000, whatever they say. That's what we're talking about.
Depending on where
I meant walleye.
Depending on where you are.
You didn't say walleye. You didn't say walleye.
You know what?
But we don't know what you mean, dickhead.
You know what? If I would have spelled it out, you would have known what I meant.
But you didn't.
But you didn't ask me to.
All right, Paige. Walleye. Do you eat those ones? Because I can actually talk properly.
I don't eat fish.
Okay.
I don't eat fish at all. But I have friends that eat walleye and love walleye. And they say it's one of the better ones. I probably prefer it out of a lake, though.
Yeah, I've heard walleye is the best freshwater fish to ever eat. I've never had one, and none of my buddies have invited me to catch or eat one. Paige, have you ever eaten a pigeon? Have you ever eaten a pigeon, Paige?
No. What?
Really?
No.
I'm just trying to figure out where pigeonhole comes from, and maybe that.
So pigeon.
You get,
all right.
You get chicken rings. You remember elementary school? You got chicken rings.
Yeah.
Only fucking round thing on a chicken that I know is his butthole.
Yeah. So I have had pigeon. I don't recommend it. Super gamey. I had pigeon in Guatemala. Again, I don't recommend it. But chicken rings, no, I don't. Paige, did you grow up eating chicken rings?
I have never heard of a chicken
Me
ring.
fucking neither.
What kind of elementary and high schools did y'all go to?
I grew up in.
Alex didn't go to high school. Motherfucker dropped out of elementary school in like the second grade.
It's true. I mean, not the second grade, dickhead. I dropped out freshman year of high school, but I also grew up in
18.
I grew up in Washington State, so we were just given salmon and caviar and all that other good stuff.
Salmon, but go ahead.
Oh my God,
Paige, did you go to? Are you from a big town, big city?
No, not really. There's
how many folks?
Well, I mean, it's not a huge, maybe like 8,000 people, so it's not like a. It's pretty small towny though, so it's not like. I feel like everybody type of deal.
Town I'm from had got 500 people in it.
Okay, well that's the town, yeah, for sure.
Did you graduate high school?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good for you. Woo.
Did you?
Oh, of course, I went to college too.
Good for you.
And got a real degree. Sure enough. The silence was golden. Hey, you got back into fishing the last 10 years. What was the catalyst? Why did you get back into it? And why did you start creating the content? Because to have a hiatus and then to get back into it, everybody has a different story. They all kind of rhyme a little bit. History never repeats itself, but it rhymes. And so we hear these people that have these long hiatuses from fishing. When they get back into it, the stories kind of rhyme. So I'm interested what got you back into it, and to the point that you started creating content, and now it's one of the things that you say you love to do more than anything else.
Well, I would have to say it was a thing to do by myself, like getting through, like everybody goes through stuff in life too. Mm-hmm. So it was like, I don't know. I love being alone. Like I love fishing with friends and hanging out and stuff, but I love to be alone and to go fishing by myself and to be out there by myself. It's like one of my favorite things on earth. So it just kind of became that like my personal space type of thing and my little getaway. And I would take pictures of the fish just to show my daughter, and my daughter turned it into, well, that one app, that TikTok thing, you should be making videos.
Yeah.
And you should be, and she doesn't have it, but it's every kid in every household knows about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, you should be making videos, because I don't have Facebook, I don't have any of that stuff.
So you just do TikTok, that's it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, I did not know that. Awesome. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like how you talked about how the salt. So I have a friend of mine. Sometimes he listens. We'll find out. But Rob, he's like my best friend, right? And he lived in Manhattan or Brooklyn. Sorry, he lived in Brooklyn forever. And then during the pandemic, he moved. He's only like 4 miles from us. He's really close. And he always brings up anytime he's like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And I was like, I'm fishing today. And he goes, "Oh, shit, I'd like to go fishing." And it gets that weird spot where I got to be like, no. Like, because it's for me. It's, I like to go for the peace of mind. Whatever you get from it, for me, I get like a serenity from it, right? A calmness. And if I got to bring somebody else and I'm worried if they're having a good time, are you having a good time, bud? And he knows how to fish, but not like where I'm fishing. And it just becomes a whole thing. I'd much rather just fish by myself than friends, to be honest. It's really weird. I know you said you like to fish. I actually don't like fishing with anybody else. I'll fish with Amanda, my wife, once a year for her birthday. That's it. Other than that, I'd rather keep that a me thing. And I have taken the kids out a couple times, but I don't fish during it because they're giving out free piercings left and right. So I've got to have my head on a swivel. But I don't. There's something like that has become my thing for me to decompress. And I don't want to. God, what's the right way to say that without sounding like an asshole? I don't think there is. I mean, like, for me, like, that's my way to decompress, and I don't want to share that. And I understand that could be good for them, and they can go do it, but I want to do that myself. And maybe that's selfish of me, but
I don't
Paul
go
will
fishing
say,
to decompress or for the serenity. And I also do not want to go fish with other people. I want to go out there and fucking rage hate myself.
Yeah.
And scream at fish. And get dialed in.
Yeah.
And I don't
for
want
the
to answer
tournament.
my phone. I don't want. I just want to be angry the whole time I'm out there.
This is the best part.
Fish.
This is the best part. Before Paul got on the show, behind the scenes in the green room, Paige is like, "Yeah, like we're on the same wavelength, you guys and me." And I was like, "Oh no, you mean me, not Paul." Paul is there to try to recapture, some kind of glory that he failed to get as a third string punter at UNC. He's trying to recapture that. Yes.
Yes. I try everything I do. I'm trying to recapture glory from something that I failed at.
Right.
Yep. And fishing fulfills not a goddamn thing of it either. It's just more fucking failure, more fucking misery, more hate, more money.
More
of everything but
that's
happiness.
Why you shouldn't tournament fish. You should just fun fish.
If I could not tournament fish, I wouldn't fish. I'd sell.
Man,
if all of my local tournaments went away tomorrow, I'd sell. I would keep my rod and reels and shit like that because I go on bass boats with my buddies. But I would sell every kayak thing I had. I'd sell.
I cannot. And we've had folks on the show that are exactly like Paul. Like, the tournament thing is the only thing for them. And it always, which I think Paul was somehow the best co-host I could get. He was the best co-host I could get at the time because I was only 8 episodes.
But now, since you're somewhat quasi,
I'm still sending it out. Yeah. I'm still sending it out.
Potentially could get somebody better for sure.
Yeah. But
that's a fact.
Like folks that it's so ingrained that it has to be tournament. It has to be for some kind of like competition. Blows my mind because that's the last thing I want to do on the water. I want to put headphones in, listen to whatever the flavor of the week is that week, and zone everything the fuck out and just do my thing. That's all I want to fucking do.
It's hard to explain, too, because all people are different with that. And, Paige, you want to do tournament fishing, but you like the serenity and the peacefulness of doing fishing in general. And so it doesn't sound like you necessarily have that tournament bug yet. I think there's something to say, though, when a lot of people we talk to that that are on the side, and we do have folks that are in the middle that like they enjoy fishing. It's their release. They like the tournament fish, but you know they're not screaming and hollering and cussing themselves and breaking rods and shit. You know, there's people in the middle, but there's the polar opposites. And one of the things when you get those ultra competitive people that want to do that, it's all about the tournament fishing. There's something in their life, usually sports is probably the biggest. But the other thing is they have this drive to want to beat the fish. It's not necessarily about the tournament beating the competitors, but you know, maybe they don't have that athletic background, but they just want to beat the fish. They just want to be the best. And it's not a drive for competition. It's just what they want to be.
Almost challenging yourself too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Do you go out there and like have quasi little self tournaments with yourself? I'm going to catch 5 fish and see how big they can be in 5 hours or anything like that.
Yeah, I love like going out on the water and that's part about river fishing or creek fishing that I love. It's every day. It could be a different thing. Like it, you know, depending on the weather or the water levels and all that stuff, what you throw that one day might not be the same the next day. So figuring that out alone is always fun for me. It can be annoying, but you know, just you're out there every 5 minutes, like questioning yourself and what you're throwing. And it's like, what am I doing wrong? But when you get it right, it's just like, oh, you know, that's, I beat fish, you know, like I figured it out.
I beat fish. I am one.
Yeah.
Hear me roar.
Hear me roar.
No, I think that's like, I
am the tiger.
We're gonna sing.
All
right. Paul, stop. We're going to get copyrighted. That sounded exactly like Katy Perry.
It was spot on Katy Perry voice right
I
there.
kissed a girl, and I liked her. Well, wrong tune. I was singing it to Ace of Base instead of I Kissed a Girl.
I
kissed all 3.
All right, so my kids, I have 2 girls, and they love Katy Perry. Right? Love her. And my oldest, she turns 10 in 2 weeks. She comes up to me and she goes, "Hey, I found a Katy Perry video on YouTube. Can I watch it?" I was like, I was busy doing something else. I was like, yeah. And then I hear the song. It's the Hot and Cold song, but it's the best you guys haven't. Maybe don't let your kids watch that one because she is barely contained in it.
Oh,
and
goodness.
I looked over and I was like, whoa, I remember that one. Hey, you need to stop watching that now. And she, what do you mean? You said Katy Perry was fine. I'm like, that one is not. And she put a Sesame Street. I'm like, I've been on Sesame Street for a reason. Yeah.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. I got to sing a song because Alex is over here. Looks like the Pepsi man from Back to the Future Part 2. You're all breaking up and choppy and shit.
I'm not choppy. You're choppy. Anyways. Go ahead, Paul.
Motherfucker, I wasn't even saying nothing. I was standing here staring off into the future.
I can't deal with that.
I had
Hey, Paige, let me ask you something. Why the fuck is it so dark?
It got
Do you
so
not have
dark.
lights in your garage?
She's in her garage, yeah.
I mean, golly.
That's all right.
Listen, if I turn on a big light, I will get attacked by bugs.
Thank goodness you have a hoodie on and you're a little bit sweaty because the glimmer of your sweaty face skin is about all we can make out from you except when you smile.
I'm not even sweaty, though.
But you are shiny.
Oh, thanks, Paul.
Shiny.
You put some good makeup on this morning, huh?
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I couldn't even tell you the last time I wore makeup.
Good. That shit is bad for your pores.
Yeah, it's not good.
I can't tell you the last time I wore makeup either. Shit tastes terrible.
On your filter for TikToks, you be having this.
Oh, so
I somehow look. some of those stitches, there are filters on there, and
you can
just
turn them off.
Today,
you can turn them off.
I know. I just fucking realized how to turn them off.
Yeah.
So I would do these stitches, and it would have like the beauty filter and shit on. Like, God damn, I look fucking good.
No, you
Paige,
don't.
what's your favorite filter on TikTok?
I don't know. I don't use them.
Good for you.
So who does your camera work? You have yet to answer that question. On TikTok, you did not address it earlier tonight when we were recording. Who is doing your shot? Because it's not all you, homie, unless you got a damn drone over there hovering 6 inches above the water, and you could. But
no, I like you said. You answered it though a little bit. Like most of it is me, you know, like especially on the banks too. Like I'll just set up a tripod and go. But on kayaks, like it'll be a friend just out there fishing with me that will just pull up his phone or whatever. I'll be like, listen, I'm gonna catch fish right here. It's about to happen. Pull that shit up, and yeah.
So I'm assuming that your friends are not good anglers. If you're like, I'm about to catch bigs right here, you need to film me doing that, homie.
They're learning. The one's
That's
learning.
Right.
Yeah, the one's learning. He just started fishing this year. I got my boss into fishing this year too.
Oh
so.
Shit!
Yeah.
Yes.
So
this is
moves.
why. Just so you guys know, when your FedEx packages are not running on time in the Northwest Pennsylvania area, it's because Paige
has all the FedEx people out there fishing during their lunch break, running late.
Yeah, there is a little like pond across the street from work that I've really thought about just running over there real quick and just trying to.
I want to know more about. Do you? You said you don't deliver, right?
No. I work at a facility that like where, you know, all the packages go to kind of thing. But
yeah. So I'm trying to figure out if the pee bottle ratio is the same as the other mail services.
It's a big deal. It is a big freaking deal. It is. Yeah, especially because when I started, I was a pack channeler back in the day, and you would find them all over the trucks. Like you'd be trying to load the truck,
it's fucking
and there would be pee bottles everywhere.
It's
so
fucking
do y'all
gross.
have pee bottle rules like no orange or yellow Gatorade bottles, no Mountain Dew bottles, no Sprite bottles? Like
they're
did y'all
savages.
have pee
They don't
bottle
care.
rules
They don't
where
give a
the
fuck.
only bottles you could pee into needed to be clear water originally or dark water originally?
No, the drivers do not care. They're
They
gross.
don't care.
They're savages. They're out there driving and they're ready to get their day done. They're like, listen, we're gonna whip out. We're gonna dump this out while we're moving just to go in
Why don't
the
they
bottle.
just crack the back door and tinkle out
Because
the back
they're trying to go fast, and it's like, so Amanda's talked about it in depth because she's like she's not a regular. Does she use a
Go Girl so she doesn't miss?
No, she pees everywhere in public bathrooms though. Like she's like, hey, taking a break. I'm at a McDonald's. I'm like, you brought lunch. She goes, I got to piss. I'm like, okay, that makes sense, right? But she will say there's one specific guy, and I'm trying to remember his nickname, so I don't say his real name on air. But anyway, so Mike B, Moose, everybody else from the Postal Service here in New Jersey who listens to this.
Rip.
Yep, she'll go into his truck and he's just got piss bottles lined up everywhere, and there's no reason. Like you're in the U.S. Postal Service. You don't have to rush that much. Like, and he's a regular, which means that his job is union lockdown. Why are you pissing in a fucking bottle?
Hey, look. I tinkle a lot in the mornings because I wake up and drink a shitload of water, and then I drink a big old cup of coffee.
Okay.
And like the first couple hours of my day, I have a lot of tinkles. I got to do a lot of tinkle towns.
Do you piss in a bottle?
I have no bottles because I ain't carrying around hot piss in a fucking bottle anywhere near me.
You just go where you
nothing.
when it's available.
Usually I have stops where I can go run inside real quick and go tinkle and use their potty. And then I have other stops where, there's some
go in the woods
nearby.
Yep, that's fine.
I go up in the woods and I do my whiz and, everything's good and dandy. And I come in here and I use some sanitizer to make sure my hands are clean from touching my pecker. And we go on about our business.
Listen, this guy specifically works the woodlands. That's what they call it. There's woods everywhere. He could go pee in the woods. Instead, he chooses to listen to death metal.
I think they partially enjoy it. Like the one time we had this guy, because a part of my job, you go in and you have to like do a inspection kind of thing on a vehicle to make sure everything's up to par or whatever. We open the door and we get hit with a wall of smell.
Oh, he's pissing in the corner.
No, it's just full bottles. Yeah.
No.
He just sat down and drove and just decided to let one go right in the seat, right where he was sitting.
Listen, you can do that sometimes, but not all the time. I've done that once on this podcast. Never again.
That was me. That was my. Hey, speaking of that, backing up, and we got to talk about this fucking stupid podcast again. Alex, I did not know that 2 weeks ago that post you made of me with. I didn't know that was my. I thought I was the guest episode. That was my first. That
was your first episode.
That was my guest episode. That little clip you took out.
Yep.
Fuck, I did not even know that.
Makes me.
How long ago was that?
That would have been It would have been like July 9th-ish or 12th-ish of 2021.
Yeah. Paul got on the show.
It was episode 9.
It was episode 9. Yeah.
And he invited me on about a week and a half later. He texted me, asked me to be a guest co-host on some episodes. I said, nah, bitch, I'll be a fucking full co-host. He said, great, let's do it. And then he recorded an episode that week that we were talking. And then week 12 was the first time I came on as a guest. And I've only missed like 2 episodes, maybe 3 since then.
A lot more than that.
Cool.
A lot more than that, but
no.
Okay.
No, because I didn't miss I hadn't missed an episode until you got back from your last tour when I was
That's not true.
Those 2 or 3
That's
times.
not true.
No.
Hold on, Paul. That's not true. Were you there for the Trump fishing or thump fishing? Sorry, thump fishing and shit, what's his name? Oh, Jump Master. You weren't. I recorded that in
I've missed
Motel
less
6
episodes than Alex.
Motel 6.
You did, but we all know. Yeah, so Paige, for a long time, so for about a year, I was deployed in California, and I had to go underway. I was gone for a long time, and when I could do episodes, I did them out of a Motel 6 right next to the base.
This is how you know we have a newer follower to all. She's a newer follower to us.
That's
We're
fine.
a newer follower to her.
Yeah, it's
because
awesome.
she doesn't know about the Motel 6 Chronicles.
That's
and
it.
The dirty
Motel 6.
needles.
Yep.
And the horrors knocking on his door in the middle of podcast, and the tortoise banging going on next door.
Okay, so all right, he's a little wrong. So I only found 1 needle in my room. Tortoise banging definitely happened.
It only takes 1 needle to poke you in the foot, and you got hepatitis.
One time. Yep.
One time. Yep.
Tortoise fucking for sure. There's definitely episodes where I had to hear what sounded like old men grunt.
Oh, fuck. Paige is gone. She is gone. Y'all, Paige has left the building.
Hold on, let me. Paul, keep talking. Be entertaining.
Do y'all know that Whitney Houston's song that she sang, "When I Love You," whatever, I can't remember the name of it. That was a lot of people probably know this now from the social medias. That was a song written by Dolly Parton and performed. What wasn't written by her? I think it was written by somebody else. But she initially performed
she was
it.
the first one.
Maybe she wrote it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But she said one of the greatest things ever was that Whitney sang it because Whitney fucking killed it.
My favorite thing.
She killed it.
My favorite thing recently from Dolly Parton was she had a TikTok come out because Dolly Parton's on TikTok. and somebody asked her, "What's your greatest regret being a celebrity?" And she goes, "The top's great, but I've got a great ass too."
Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
I mean, we all know what we associate Dolly Parton with, which is...
Hey, let's go back to some early 2000s music.
Okay.
Would you go Katy Perry or Fergie, because they were like killing it in that 2007-ish, 2008-ish, 2006, 7, 8-ish time frame, right? So do you go Fergie or are you going Katy Perry?
I go. I actually go Fergie because I loved hip hop, right? And she brought such a unique thing to shit. What was the name of the group?
Black Eyed Peas.
There we go. So when she joined Black Eyed Peas, she added something extra to that group.
Yeah, but I'm talking about their solo career when she went solo.
No, I mean, yeah, Fergie I still liked better.
But
I also love. Hold on.
Like,
I love the devotion of Fergie that she pissed her pants on stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to tell you though, the reason you like Fergie is because of Will I Am. Will I Am is the one that did the beats and did all of that.
Yeah.
Will I Am is that, but she still has some bangers, and she spelled in so many of her songs. But Katy Perry came out in 2000. It was 2007 when the first time I ever heard the song "I Kissed a Girl," and the video was like this, recorded in 130p on Facebook before the song ever came to the radio, at least in the Carolinas. It was on YouTube, and like so blurry you couldn't even watch it. And then after that, man, she took off. But there's the Fergie and the Katy Perry. I mean, to me, they still out. And that's the same time too that Christina Aguilera had Candyman.
No, Christina was before them.
No,
she was before them.
She was before them, but that's 2007 was when Candyman came out. She had that song Candyman.
Yeah.
That was a good ass song.
Listen, I'll be honest.
Good. Boy, Coldplay was coming out that time, and if you don't like Coldplay, go. You're a bitch. Because Coldplay.
That was almost the clip. That was almost the clip to start this one.
What happened?
The clip to start this episode. That bullshit. Because I'm running this thing where I just play your bullshit TikTok clips before we start. Was almost the one where you were like, if you don't like Coldplay, you can go fuck yourself.
Look,
like, I don't know if Paige is coming back, but I'll talk about Coldplay real quick. Coldplay landed me more action than any other band when I was a kid. Like, I would literally tell a young lady, like, hey, I think I have feelings for you. And the only way to express it is this. And then I put on Yellow from Coldplay. And that was the instant panty dropper, so to speak. So
I'm not a music head at all, and ain't that much into some music. I enjoy music and like music.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm not really gonna sing the lyrics. I might not know who the hell sang it. I can't throw this stuff up. Like a buddy of mine, when I was a wildland firefighter, everybody take 5 sippies.
There it is.
Brock,
drink up.
In 2012, my buddy Brock, and this is, you got to understand, this is 2012, right? This is when a big thumb drive was like 258 megabytes still.
You're a baller.
He had, not me, Brock had like 84 gigs of music. Like 20-something days of music he had stored.
Locked in.
I mean, craziness. Paige might be gone.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
What happened, Alex?
I'm working.
Oh my God! If we don't get a shotgun round, here's what's going to happen. If Paige cannot come back on, I'm going to be Paige, and you're going to ask me shotgun round questions, and I'm going to answer them as Paige.
I'm working on it. I just sent her a new link. We'll
a new link. What about the old link?
I don't know. We'll see.
So should I sing a little bit more? I've been practicing some ditties.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I forgot them already.
You're such a piece of shit.
I can only sing them when I have the music that's playing with me.
All right, hold on. I'll play some music for you.
Not playing with me, but playing while I sing it.
All right, how about this one?
I don't like for music
to
play with me.
There you go.
What is this shit? What? Yeah, I have no idea. This song doesn't exist in real life. This is made up.
How about this one?
Okay.
How about this one?
Okay. All right, hold on. I'm going to freestyle this. I'm about to freestyle, y'all.
Let's hear it.
I'm about to freestyle it.
We've never done this on the show.
Alex, Paul, Bass and Brews fishing. Y'all be out there wishing you were on the show, but you don't know this. You can be on the show. All you have to do is ask us to be on the show.
Hold on, Paul.
Well, you fucked it up. I was freestyling to the beat.
I know, but that's not the right one. That's not the right one.
Key.
No. Here's what I need. Freestyle. This is for you. There you go.
Little Dicky in the house, but they call me Jabber Hammer. We got Alex in the house. He's a short ass motherfucker. And what? Bass and Brews fishing. We're here to talk fishing, but only thing we ever talk about is shit nobody cares about. Fishing. We love some good fishing. It's all about the kayak and the bass, and fuck everybody else. And we're here to talk about the shit that doesn't matter, because why? Alex is a short motherfucker. I don't know if Paige is coming back. I think she quit.
Yeah, I think so. So, hey guys, this doesn't happen very often.
Well, hold on. Let's give her some time back. But there was something that we did talk about that.
Go ahead.
Play no more fucking music.
Go ahead.
Don't
Keep
play
talking.
no more fucking music.
No, I like you talking to the beat.
I will say this. Damn, I had something important to say. And I'm a little pissed off because I was sucking down one of my White Claw Surges, and that motherfucker was frozen. And so I had to go get the other one, and then Paige left us. And then
Yeah, you're hitting it, Paul.
What?
Listen, we had Paul. We had Paige.
Your name.
And it was so great.
Miss Paige.
But somehow,
come back and talk
she decided to leave.
We're here. We're waiting. Whoa, what the?
All right.
Damn it.
That's it, everybody. Hey.
Well, no.
No.
You're going to ask me Bass and Brews.
Okay.
Shotgun round, and I'm going to answer as Paige.
All right. It's Paige. We're going to hit the the patent pended fucking shotgun round. We got some music for it, too.
Yes.
Because I like to play this bullshit music now.
All right. Okay, everybody. I'm Paige. I'm not Jabberhammer. Paige is answering these questions. Jabberhammer dropped off. His internet sucks. All right.
You're going to pay more for a rod or a reel?
Reel. Reel.
Okay. Would you rather catch 5 2-pounders or 1 7.5?
1 7.5. What? It's 7, but 1 7.5 pounder, because 5 2-pounders is like nothing on the Allegheny River with smallies. And excuse me, my voice is cracking up because I've been laughing at the podcast and I hadn't drank enough water.
I can't do this. Paige, have you ever eaten beaver?
No, but I've got some friends that trap them here locally, and I hear they're delicious, especially when they've been shaven.
I can't do it, Paul.